Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. So, we studied first sutra. A, I, Un, Ril, Rik, A, Ong, I, Ouch, A, I, Un, Ril, Rik, A, Ong, I, Ouch, A, I, Un, Ril, Rik, A, Ong, I, Ouch. Okay. Then next, we'll remember how to write these three groups. What are the groups? Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga. Okay. Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja, Nya. Then Ta, Tha, Da, Da, Na. Okay. Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, Cha, Cha, Ja, Jha, Nya. Then Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na. Okay. Kachaṭa, Kachaṭa, Gajaɗa, Gajaḍa, Nga, Nya, Na. Okay. Now, Na, Nya, Nga, Dha, Jha, Gha, Da, Ja, Ga, Tha, Cha, Kha, Ta, Cha, Ka. Okay. So, if you are able to read it without any difficulty, then you have total control over these alphabets. Okay. Now, next is after Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga. If you had seen the notebook or if you already know the alphabets, you will see there Tavarga. Chung, tung, tung. Tavarga. Okay. But wait, we are not going to study Tavarga now. What are we going to do today? We are going to learn some vocabulary, some words. We are going to learn some words, because what is a language? A language is a set of vocabulary. If you have some vocabulary, then you have the language under your control, right? So now we are going to learn some words from the alphabets, from the characters which we already have learned, not any new characters. I am not going to say how to write ma. No. I am going to just say those characters, those words with the characters which we already have learned. Okay. Now, aṅka. I'll first say, you write down, then we can cross reference, cross check. Okay. Aṅka, aṅka. Anyway, I am going to go in that order, alphabetical order. But since some words may not be there, some with some alphabets, so there will be always a skip. Okay. Aṅka, aṅka. Akam, nakam iti akam. Okay. Ka. So I'll write this aka. Okay. Aka. Kam, sukham, punyam. Aka, naka iti. When in the other words also we'll see something like this. When we are going to elaborate on that word, the meaning of that word, that is called as vyutpatti. 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 Okay? Vyutpatti. That's called as vyutpatti. When you say vyutpatti, you should not write vyutpatti, not vyutpatti. 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 Okay? So, vyutpatti they call it. And normally it will end with iti. So whether you know Sanskrit or not, if you are going to say aka, na aka iti, then people will think, oh, he knows Sanskrit. Iti, that is the game shortcut. Okay, but here ka, okay, kam, punyam, is negative compound. When you add generally this is the rule, general rule. Okay, when you add it normally brings a contradictory meaning. Ka, if it is punya, you add a, it becomes a papa. Ka is punya, ka means not punya, papa. Okay? Sin. Papa means sin. Vice, sin, demerit, whatever you want. Okay? Then, next. Aṅga. Aṅga, 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 aṅga. Okay. So how do we write aṅga? Okay. Then ga, aṅga, aṅga, aṅga. So these are some short routes, shortcuts which you have to remember. If I write, what did I tell? It means it's a negative compound. Okay. So ga means something. There is a negative compound added to that. Right. Done. So ga means gacchati iti, ga, to go. Ga is from the root word gam, to go. So when you prefix with a, it means no. Okay, when you prefix with a, it means no. It's a negative compound. When you suffix any word with ga, okay, when you suffix any word with ga, it means to go. Okay, to go. So not to go is a ga. That which does not go is a aṅga. Right? Okay. Remember this. Ga means to go. A is normally, generally negative compound. Okay. Aṅga. So this is what we saw in accha also, the first word also. Aka, naka, iti, aka. So, no, ka, punya, sukha. So, no sukha, dukkha, sorrow. So, where there is no happiness, it is sorrow. That which is sorrow is because of sin. So, akka means papa, sin. Okay. Papa is another word, sin. Okay. Then, aṅka, aṅka, not aṅga or aṅka, 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 aṅka. Right. See, one thing we have to learn here. I know how to write a. I know how to write nga. Ka. This is not aṅka. Okay. Aṅka. This is aṅka. If you want to write aṅka, just put a line below, dash below. Okay. If you put that line there, that means it's a word without a vowel. It's a word without a vowel. Okay. It's just a consonant. Here, it's a word with a vowel. This is word without vowel. It's a consonant, pure consonant. Okay. This is not pure consonant. This is pure consonant. If you just add a stroke below, it is pure consonant. Now, I will not read as na. I will read this as ing. Okay, ing, ing. Aṅka, aṅka, aṅka. Aṅka means symbol, sign. Aṅka means symbol or sign. Aṅka, aṅka, symbol or sign. Okay. aṅga, 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 not aṅga, aṅga, alpa prana. Aṅga, I should not be saying alpa prana, mahaprana, etc. I should not be saying first character, third character, etc. When I say, you have to write, but still we are now in practice section, so I am saying it alpa prana, etc. Okay. Aṅga, aṅga. We know aṅka, symbol, sign. Okay. Aṅga. Not always. I said sometimes, majority of the times, not always. This is not, does not mean negative compound here. In the previous word also, it is not negative compound. It's a word with the beginning a. Okay. Aṅga, aṅga, aṅga. Aṅga means part. Your body part or some part. Aṅga, part. P-A-R-T, part. Limb. Okay. So either part or limb. Okay. Aṅga. Now, while we are learning, we will write like this. Even after the words, if you write, it is not a big deal. North Indians, when they write like this, they'll read it as aṅga. Now, for us, we need to write like this. The North Indians, Hindi speaking, this is a Hindi word also. The Hindi people, they will read this as aṅga, even without this character. Okay. Even without that stroke, they will read it as aṅga. That is because of the usage they know. Okay. But we have some difficulty if we don't. In Sanskrit, that's a rule. If you want to say halanta, halanta means a pure consonant. Remember, halanta, pure consonant. So you have to write the stroke compulsory. No excuse. But we will not be writing like this. After you learn, you will write aṅga like this. Aṅga, aṅga, aṅga. Always remember, the one on the top should be pronounced first. Like we already saw this example. I wrote this late. This is how we write. Okay. What is this? This character we have already, we are introduced to this character. It is ir. While writing e or while writing au, I told you it should not be written like this because there is this character ir. Okay. So what is this? Ir ka. You see? Ir ka. Aṅga. ir, ka. In English, we don't write like this. We write adjacent. In some of the Indian languages, they have this habit of writing. Tamil also, that's not so. If you want to write it, you should write it as a like that, aṅga, adjacent. But in some languages, you have in Telugu, in Kannada, some Malayalam. So you will have to write it above or below, one on the other or one below the other. Okay. So now aṅga, aṅga means a limb. Okay. This ga, see, this word is important because this is not negative compound. This ga is not, does not mean to go. Okay. So that is why it is important. And next word, aṅgaja, 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 aṅgaja. Okay, we have already written aṅga, in ga. Okay, the next is ja, aṅgaja. Okay, so here again, this ja means to be born. Okay, born out of, born out of. So aṅgaja means, aṅga means limb, ja means born of. So born of limb, born out of the limb. So something which is born out of the limb, some which is something which is created with this limb is a part or limb is a aṅgaja. Okay, aṅgaja. Then we have accha. Hear it properly. It's not accha. It is not accha. It is not accha. It is accha. 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 A-ich-cha. Accha. Accha. I will not spell it as accha. Okay. I should have to say it as accha. 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 Ich, cha, accha, accha. After you learn, you have to write this as a accha. This line I drop. This line and that stroke I drop. Half character I like write like this. For ik, I'll write like this. That's all. If I write like this, it is ka. Another word, ik, ka, akka, ik, ka, akka, acca, alla, amma, etc. Means mother. Acca, akka, akka, ill also. We learn ill. We already have learned ill, but anyway we will learn ill later. Ikka. Okay. You can also alternatively write akka as a like this, one below the other. Okay. Akka. Akka means mother. Accha. The word which we learned, accha. Accha means pure. Accha means pure. Okay. Next. Aja. Aja. Not aja. It is aja. Aja. We have already written that ja to be born, a not. That which is not born is a aja, unborn. Okay, aja means unborn. When we will learn Vedanta, we'll use this aja word very frequently. Aja, aja. Okay. Next is ajaṭa, 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 not ajaṭa, 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 ajaṭa. Okay. Ajaṭa, ajaṭa. Again is a negative compound. Jata means a flowing block, mattered blocks. Mattered blocks. So ajata means unmattered blocks, hair which is not knotted. Okay, ajata. Next, ajaḍa, ajaḍa, ajaḍa. Ajaḍa, ajaḍa, jada. Jada means inert. Jada means inert. Jada. This word inert. Not conscious. Okay, inert. If you add a negative compound, is negative compound here. Ajaḍa means not inert, conscious. Okay, jada, inert, unconscious. Ajaḍa means conscious. Okay, conscious being. Then aṭṭa, aṭṭa, aṭṭa. Okay, aṭṭa, aṭṭa. Aṭṭa means to roam, to roam, to roam around. Okay, to roam. Next is aṭṭa, 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 aṭṭa. Aṭṭa means to go from one house to another house. Okay, to roam from one house to other house. Aṭṭa. But if you want to write it properly, you will write it yes, one below the other. Aṭṭa. Aṭṭa means to go from one house to another house. Aṭṭa. Aṭṭa, 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 not aṭṭa but aṭṭa, aṭṭa, aṭṭa. Full circle. Aṭṭa. Aṭṭa means to go. I already said the general meaning of any word, any root word is to go. Any root word, if you don't know the meaning, you can just understand it as to go. Dhatunam anekarthatva, there is a rule. Dhatu, the root words, aneka artha, aneka means many, artha means meaning. The root words have multiple meanings. So the general meaning for any root word is to go. Okay, aṭṭa, to go, aṭṭa, to go. Then we have aṅga, aṅga, aṅga. Now we don't have any doubt because the other na we have not learnt it. So aṅga, na, aṅga. Ana means sound, to make sound. Aṅga, aṅga, aṅga means to make sound. Okay, then aṇḍa, aṇḍa, aṇḍa means egg. Aṇḍa, better aṇḍaja, aṇḍaja, 4 characters. aṇḍaja, 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 in the ja. Okay, in the ja, aṇḍaja. But as I told you already, while writing a, you should not write a like this, I said. Okay, so why? It will become half nakara in. So if I want to write it properly, I will write like this. In is half nakara is to be written like this. Only u, no ui. Okay, aṇḍaja, in the, aṇḍa means egg, ja means yes, to be born. So that which is born out of egg is aṇḍaja. Aṇḍaja, aṇḍa means egg, ja means that which is born. That which is born out of a egg is aṇḍaja. Okay, we'll continue with these words, but try to repeat it and write it properly once, and remember the meaning also. Try to remember the meaning. Okay, it is little difficult because some all the words are new words. Okay, so try to remember as much as possible. Ja means to go, ga means to go, ja means to be born, etc. Right? So those shortcuts. Generally is negative compound. Okay, so try to remember these things as much as possible. We'll follow it. No. Hari Om.